A lot of people think investing only matters if you have a lot of money. If it's not thousands at a time, it feels like it won't make any difference. But that idea stops many people from ever starting, even though small, consistent steps are often what matter most. In this video, I want to walk you through what actually happens if you invest just $100 every month, not in theory, and not with unrealistic promises, but in a realistic, long-term way. We'll look at how consistency adds up over time and why starting small can sometimes be more powerful than waiting for the perfect moment. Before we get into it, if you enjoy simple, honest conversations about money and long-term habits, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss future videos. The power of starting small. Look, I get it. $100 doesn't sound like much in a world where people talk about throwing thousands into the stock market. But here's the thing most people miss. Consistency beats big numbers every single time. When you invest $100 every month, you're not just putting money away. You're building a system, creating a habit, and taking advantage of something called dollar cost averaging. Basically, you're buying investments regularly regardless of whether the market is up or down. Some months you'll buy when prices are high, other months when they're low. Over time, this evens out and protects you from making emotional decisions. Plus, starting with $100 means you can actually stick with it. You're not stretching yourself so thin that one unexpected expense makes you quit. It's sustainable, it's manageable, and it works. What your money actually does over time. Let's talk real numbers here because that's what matters. If you invest $100 every month for 30 years with an average return of 10% annually, which is roughly what the stock market has historically returned, you'll end up with around $227,000. Yeah, you read that right. You only put in $36,000 of your own money over those 30 years, but you walk away with more than 6 times that amount. That extra $191,000? That's compound interest doing its magic. Now, if you're younger and thinking 30 years is forever, let's look at 10 years. Same $100 monthly investment, with that 10% return, gives you about $20,500. You contributed $12,000, and you gained over $8,000 just from growth. Even in 20 years, you're looking at roughly $76,000 from investing $24,000. The point is, time is your best friend here. The earlier you start, the more dramatic these numbers become. How compound interest becomes your best friend. Compound interest is honestly the closest thing to magic in the financial world. Here's how it works in plain English. When you invest your $100, it earns returns. Let's say in the first year, you earn 10% on your total invested amount. That's great, but here's where it gets interesting. In year 2, you're not just earning returns on the money you put in. You're earning returns on your original investment plus the gains from year 1. Your money is literally making money. Then that money makes more money. It's this snowball effect that turns your modest $100 monthly investment into something substantial. The longer you let it run, the bigger that snowball gets. In the early years, sure, the growth feels slow. But give it 15, 20, 25 years, and suddenly you're watching your account jump by thousands of dollars annually without you doing anything extra. That's compound interest working overtime for you. The mistakes most people make. Now, let's talk about what not to do, because I see people mess this up all the time. First mistake, they wait for the perfect moment to start. They think they need to understand everything about the market or wait until they have more money. Wrong. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. Next mistake. Panic selling. The market drops 15%, they freak out, and they sell everything. Bad move. When you're investing monthly for decades, market dips are actually good for you. You're buying more shares at lower prices. Another big one. Being too conservative or too aggressive. If you're young and you put everything in super safe investments, earning 3% annually, you're leaving massive gains on the table. On the flip side, throwing everything into risky individual stocks can backfire hard. Balance is key. And finally, people stop investing when life gets busy or when they don't see immediate results. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Where should you actually put this money? All right, so you're convinced and ready to start investing $100 every month. But where should that money go? For most people, especially beginners, low-cost index funds are the simplest and smartest choice. Take an S&P 500 index fund, for example. By investing in one, you're instantly diversified across 500 of the largest companies in the U.S. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and hundreds of others. You're buying tiny pieces of some of the most successful businesses in the world, all at once. The fees on these funds are extremely low, often less than 0.1% per year, which means more of your money stays invested and continues working for you. If you want an even more hands-off approach, consider target date retirement funds. These automatically adjust your investment mix as you age, gradually becoming more conservative as you approach retirement. Another option is total market index funds, which give you exposure to the broader U.S. stock market, including small and mid-sized companies. And here's a key tip. If your employer offers a 401k with matching contributions, make sure to max that out first. That match is essentially free money, and not taking advantage of it is leaving guaranteed returns on the table. The real-life impact on your future. Let's bring this home and talk about what this really means for your life. That $227,000 we mentioned earlier. It's not just a number on a screen. It could be life-changing money. That amount could serve as the down payment on your dream home, cover several years of retirement, pay for your kids' college without leaving them in debt, or give you the financial freedom to take a career risk, start your own business, or travel the world without stress. We're not talking about a get-rich-quick scheme here. This is about building real, lasting wealth through a simple habit that costs less than your daily coffee from Starbucks. Think about it. Most people spend $100 a month on things they forget about almost immediately. Unused subscriptions, impulse purchases, little conveniences that disappear from memory within a week. Now imagine redirecting that same $100 into investments every month. You're not just spending money, you're buying your future freedom. You're giving yourself options, flexibility, and security. 20 or 30 years from now, when your friends are worried about bills and financial stability, you'll be sitting comfortably on a nest egg built from a small, consistent habit. That's the true power of compounding and smart, patient investing. Small, deliberate steps today lead to enormous freedom and peace of mind tomorrow. Getting started is easier than you think. So how do you actually get started? It's easier than most people think. First, open a brokerage account. Companies like Fidelity, Vanguard, Charles Schwab, or even apps like Robinhood make this process incredibly simple. It usually takes about 15 minutes online. You'll just need some basic info, your social security number, bank account details, and employment information. Don't overthink it. The paperwork is straightforward and not intimidating. Next, set up automatic monthly transfers from your bank account. This is a critical step because automation removes emotion and forgetfulness from the equation. Decide on your investment, like an S&P 500 index fund, and set it to automatically purchase shares with, say, $100 each month. Once that's done, you're essentially done for the month. The hardest part is resisting the urge to constantly check or tweak things. The more you fiddle, the more likely you are to make emotional decisions that can hurt your long-term returns. The real power comes from consistency and patience. Check your account maybe once or twice a year to ensure everything is running smoothly, but otherwise, leave it alone. Let time and compound interest do their work. Over the years, even small contributions grow substantially. As your income grows, through raises, bonuses, or side hustles, consider increasing your monthly contribution to $150 or $200. Even incremental increases can make a massive difference over the long term. And don't stress if you ever have to skip a month because of emergencies. Life happens. What matters is getting back on track as quickly as possible and maintaining consistent contributions over the years. That combination of automation, patience, and gradual increases is what makes investing so powerful and accessible. When you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, investing $100 a month isn't really about the money itself. It's about consistency. It's about proving to yourself that small actions, repeated over time, can quietly change your future without dramatic moves or constant stress. I want you to think about this. If you started today, how would your life look a few years from now? And if you already invest monthly, how did it change the way you think about money? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective might help someone else take their first step. If this video helped you see long-term investing in a clearer, calmer way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's always saying, "I'll start later." Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.